Hi, this is Lindsay, and today we're going to do a sequence for flexibility. So last time we were here, we did a sequence on more strength, a little bit more power, revving that metabolism. So if you haven't checked that one out, go back and check that one out first. And then this one's going to be a little bit more for flexibility. So if you just want to come to a comfortable seated position, and again, your comfortable seated position might not look just like mine, and that's totally fine. Even if you want to sit up on the knees, that works if that is what's most comfortable for you. The goal here, again, is to just get the spine lengthened, the shoulders over the hips, and you can gently close the eyes and just take a couple of deep breaths here. Slowly inhale and exhale. Just starting to lengthen that breath, starting to let the mind rest. And as thoughts come in, we just let them gently flow out, just like the breath is flowing in and out of the body. One more full breath here. And slowly exhale. And you can keep the eyes closed here or gently, softly open the eyes. Bring the arms down, inhale the arms out and up. Exhale the arms down. So sometimes we think, do this a few more times. Inhale up and exhale down. So sometimes we think flexibility has to be just a static hold. And a lot of times we can actually get a lot of flexibility in some of the movements by maybe moving a little bit slower, but in movement we can get a lot of flexibility. This time, inhale up. And as we inhale up, I'm going to try to mirror you. So left hand to the outside of the right knee into just a gentle twist here. We don't need to make this too aggressive. We just want to start to open the spine. So imagine rotating the belly around, not just the shoulders and the heart. Inhale the arms back up overhead, and then right hand to left knee. Just a couple of deep breaths here. Inhale, exhale completely. Inhale, hands up overhead, and lower the arms down. And then from here, we're going to kick the legs out in front. So I'll turn just a little bit. Bring the legs out in front. And then here in Dandasana staff pose, what we want to do is draw the knees up toward, draw the toes up towards the knees. Firm the thighs. Keep drawing the energy up through the hips, up into the core. Really think about drawing the belly button into the small of the back here, lengthening the spine, getting the shoulders over the hips, reaching up through the crown of the head. Inhale the arms up overhead. Pause here. Really lengthen through the fingertips, through the crown of the head, reaching up, sitting up as tall as you can. And then start to exhale, reaching forward. You might not go more than about right here. That's fine. As long as you can feel the stretch in the hamstring, that's all that matters. So find your edge. Find where your edge is and then come back off just a little. Maybe right here is your edge. Also, if you have a strap or even a belt will work. You can place the belt around the feet. Inhale and exhale using that strap to stretch the hamstrings out just a little bit more. And if you can reach the feet, you can take this, place the hands around the outsides of the feet or the first two fingers around the big toes and draw the elbows away from the midline of the body, from the center of the body. Taking a few more deep breaths here, really letting those hamstrings start to open and the lower back. One more full breath here. And then as we start to come out of this, take this nice and slow. So gently, gently coming back up into your staff pose Dandasana. Pausing here for just one moment. And then we're going to swing the legs around, coming up into tabletop. So you can either bring them through or swing the legs around, whatever works best for you. And in tabletop, today we're going to take this wide from the front to the back. So we're going to be in a really wide stance from the front to the back. And then we're really going to work with the breath here. So inhale here. And as we exhale, we're going to shift the weight forward, drop the hips. Opening up, getting more flexibility in that lower back. Inhale, come through the center. Exhale, press back to child's pose. In child's pose, if you ever need to take a break, come into child's pose, rest, take a few breaths, jump back in when it feels right for you. Inhale again through the center. Exhale, drop the hips. Watch these shoulders. Watch that the shoulders don't creep up towards the ears, that the shoulders stay down and away from the ears, creating more space in the neck. Inhale. Exhale, press back. Inhale. Exhale, drop the hips. And then watch as we drop the hips that we watch the neck and that we don't lift the head too high. We want to lengthen through the crown of the head and through the back side, but we don't want to compress the neck. Inhale, exhale, press back. One more inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale, press back, come all the way and just rest in child's pose for just a moment. Stretch the hands out forward. So we're getting a little bit more movement in the side body and in the outside of the armpit area, stretching that area just a bit more. And if you'd like, you can go ahead and rest your forehead down on the mat. One more full breath. And then gently coming back up about halfway. And tuck the toes. Sitting back on the heels. If this gets to be too much, you can always place a towel or a blanket behind the knees. And if you hear any background noise, sorry, that's my dog. Sometimes, most of the time, he's pretty good. Sometimes he wants to come hang out on the mat too. So from here, this is probably going to get pretty intense pretty quick. You can come up and then sit back down whenever you're ready. Interlace the fingers. You might be working on just pressing the palms together. If that's where you are, then just work on pressing the palms together. When you get to the point where you have more flexibility in the chest to press the palms together, then start to draw the hands down and then back and away from the body. Lifting the heart, lifting the chest. Inhale and exhale, bring the hands forward. Inhale here, and as we exhale, we're going to lift the hips back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Release the heels down towards the mat. Spread the toes nice and wide. If the legs don't straighten, don't worry about it. The legs can stay bent. The chest can melt back towards the thighs. Wherever you are, some days we're a little bit tighter than other days. Some days things just work a little bit better. Inhale and exhale. One more inhale and exhale. And then from here, lift the left leg into three-legged dog. Release the heel of the right leg and just watch that top hip stays parallel with the ground, that we're not opening that hip too much. Inhale, exhale, lower that left foot down, right foot sweeps the sky, three-legged dog. Again, release the heel of the left leg, keeping the hips square. Exhale, lower down. Left leg sweeps the sky, three-legged dog. Inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to bring that foot through. Straighten the front leg. And then turn the toes so the outside edge of the foot is parallel with the front or back, the short edge of the mat, and forward fold. So it doesn't matter, again, it doesn't matter how far you go. If you'd like, you can reach for the outsides of the ankles, interlace the fingers behind your back, and allow the hands to fall over the head if that works for you. Inhale, exhale here. Inhale and exhale. One more full breath. Inhale and exhale. Release the hands back down to the mat. One hand on either side of the front foot, turning the toes forward again. Draw the front foot back. We're going to come back into three-legged dog. Release the heel of the right foot and lower that leg down. So you stay right there. I'm going to flip around so my back isn't to view. So back in Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Again, release the heels. This time right leg sweeps the sky, three-legged dog. Release the heel of the left leg. Inhale and exhale, step the right foot forward in between the hands. Straighten that right leg. Walk to the center of the mat. So again, the outside edge of the right foot is parallel with the short edge of the mat. Forward fold. And you can reach again for the ankles if that works for you. You can always just keep the hands on the mat, and if we're not even there yet, if you have a block or a blanket, you can place the hands on that. If it works for you, interlace the fingers, release the chest, and release the crown of the head down towards the mat. Couple of deep breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more full breath. Inhale. Exhale completely. Release the hands. Bring the hands back down to the mat. Walk the hands, one hand on either side of the front foot. Bend the front knee back into your lunge. And then we're going to come back into three-legged dog. So right foot comes through. Release the heel of the left foot back into three-legged dog. Lower that back down. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. And then we're going to come forward into your plank. So here's a full plank. Elbows have a slight bend. We don't ever want the elbows completely locked. We want a teeny tiny slight bend. If this is too much, drop the knees. The weight is still over the upper body. Draw the belly button into the small of the back. Elbows as we exhale. So I'll show you the modification first. Here's the modification. Inhale. Exhale, elbows are going to hug the body. Watch the shoulders, that the shoulders don't creep up again. And then come down. If we're in full plank, again, draw the belly into the small of the back. Elbows have a slight bend. Inhale. Same thing. We want to create lots of space in the neck. Inhale. Exhale. Nice and slow. Elbows hug the rib cage, coming all the way down. And then from here, we're going to bring the right arm forward. So we're going to make a right angle with that arm. So the forearm is going to be parallel with the short edge of the front of the mat. Bend the left knee, reaching back for that knee. If you can't grab a hold of this foot, use your strap or your belt again, wrap it around, and then hold on to that. Try to bring this left shoulder back around so the shoulders are square and parallel with the front of the mat. And then just start to draw that foot in towards the hips. If you're not feeling a stretch in the quad, the front of the thigh, flex your booty. There's no real easy way, better way to say that. Just flex it. That will lengthen that quad just a little bit more. If you're still not feeling it, you can lift the chest a little bit higher. Keep drawing that foot in towards the hip. One more full breath here. Inhale, slowly exhale. Release that foot down. Switch arms. So the left arm is going to come forward. Bend the right, holding on to that right foot. And then again, bring that right shoulder back around so we're parallel and squared off with the front of the mat. Inhale, exhale, draw that foot a little bit closer to the hip. Again, if you're not feeling that in the quad, firm the glutes, firm the booty. If you still want to take this a little bit further, lift the chest a little bit more and a little higher. Just again, watch that neck, that we don't crank that neck back. We want to protect the neck here. Inhale, exhale. One more full breath. Inhale, exhale, release the foot and come down all the way. You can make a pillow for your head and rest your forehead for just a moment. And then we're going to flip over onto your back. So I'm going to actually do it this way just because of the sun. And then lower down. So from here, we're going to cross the left foot over the right knee. Draw the right knee into the chest. Left hand comes into that little triangle. Lower the head down, draw that right knee into the chest. And then make sure that this left knee stays open. So we want to keep this knee, the tendency is the knee wants to fall into the chest. Really work on keeping that knee open as the right knee comes into the chest. One more full breath here. Inhale and exhale. Slowly release the right foot down, uncross the legs. Cross the right over the left this time. And then draw that left knee into the chest. Again, opening the right knee. Watch that that knee doesn't fall again into the chest. Drawing the toes of the right foot up to the right knee. Inhale and exhale. One more full breath. Inhale and exhale completely. Slowly release that leg down. Uncross the legs and just bring the soles of the feet together. The knees can fall open, supine Baddha Konasana. So starting to just slow down a bit. Gently close the eyes. If you find here that your hips are tight and this feels a little uncomfortable and the tendency is to squeeze up, put a blanket below each knee and allow the body to feel supported. When the body feels supported, the body naturally wants to open a little bit more. It'll start to relax, start to release some more of that tightness, a little more tension. Gently close the eyes. Allow the breath to return to normal. Inhale and exhale. When you're ready, you can extend the legs out into your Shavasana. And like I always say, I encourage you to pause this video once you get into your Shavasana. Take a few minutes here. Just allow the body to feel completely relaxed, completely supported. Allow the mind to rest. And just find a state of stillness. Just find a quiet space where the entire body, to include the mind, is relaxed and calm. When you're ready, slowly coming out of this, you can make any small movements that you like. Maybe opening, closing the hands. Maybe touching the tip of each finger, curling the toes, flexing the feet, whatever feels good for you. And then bend the knees, rolling to one side, making a pillow for your head, staying here for at least one full breath. Then using the weight of the top arm and the top leg, gently come up to a comfortable seated position. Bringing the hands to heart center. Thank you for sharing your time with me today, and I hope that you continue to take a little bit of this practice, the quiet and the stillness that you created with you throughout the rest of your day, possibly your week, until we meet again. Thank you. Namaste.